Good morning, and welcome to the Iron Elite Podcast Show with your boy Sarge. Hey, man, it's a beautiful Wednesday morning. Hopefully everybody's having a great day. Hopefully everything is going the way you plan, and if you ain't got up to work yet, get your butt going, man, because motorcycle parts ain't cheap. But hey, let everybody know we're on. Share with a friend. Hey, we going in. It's the Iron Elite Podcast Show with your boy Sarge.
I was asked the other day, hey Sarge, why you never play any fast music on your podcast? It's simple. I'm petty.
Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up, big store. You in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up, big store. You in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Slide on my road glide, looking so fly, 20-inch rollback, screaming eagle torque pack. I-10 to the end, it's a known patch. If you ain't a ground pounder, pay attention, fall back. We Iron Elite boys, no need for hitting switches. We split lanes and hogging lanes, we on a mission. On our way to CA, we 100 deep. Roll up, y'all roll, run it up, rip it up. Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up, big sword. You in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up, big sword. You in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? I'm outside with it. I scrape the town burning loud when the smoke clear up. You know I hardly did it. I'm real naughty with it. My ride clean when it bling. I show the lean on the scene to get jiggy with it. No did it, get it? I'm well equipped it. My bike side got a side, so you know I'm hit. She dropped it down and split it. Backed it up to shift it. Let me kick a little game to you lames riding around here, giving a set a bad name. It don't matter what you rank or what you claim. When we turn it up, you keep it motorcycling, man. My soul brothers, they roll runners, we rolling deep. When it's time to rally up, it's Black Wall Street. When you see them MCs at the RTE, roll it up, down the road, run it up, rip it up. Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up, big sword. You in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up, big sword. You in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig?
But Sarge, why you always gotta talk about motorcycling? Sarge, why you don't never talk about nothing else? Look here, man. If you gonna do all that crying, what the baby gonna do?
Hey, man. Hey, welcome everybody, man. But you know Sarge has got a story to tell before we get started. So y'all bear with me. So here it is, man. I'm going to tell this story. Wife, I promise I'm going to make the story short. So here we go. Sunday morning, every Sunday morning, man. Sarge got the same routine, man. I get up in the morning. I figure out what I need to handle with the wife. If there's some issues, some things that we need to take care of, whether it be errands or whatever, just get it all out the way. And I get everything positioned, man. 12:15. I can feel it in my bones. I can feel it. I'm feeling it myself. I get everything squared away in the garage. And the wife peeks out the door. She say, "You gonna be all right?" I say, "Yes, wife. Because the day gonna be our day. We going all the way today, wife." She go, "Okay, I got you." And she closed that door. And I sit in. And I'm just sitting and I'm waiting and I'm excited and I'm smiling. And I'm posting on Facebook and I'm saying, we gonna do it today. 1 o'clock come on, the kickoff start. I go and get a beverage and I sit down and I get comfortable. And we roll out there. In about 15 minutes, the whole day is ruined, man. Them dang Jaguars get me every time, and I believe it every time. And at the end of the day, man, it's the same old thing, bro. And I normally have to end up playing this song right here at the 2-hour mark of the game. I'm just saying. everything gonna be all right because my football team stinks, man. Let me stop, man. That's not what y'all here for today, man. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to the Iron Elite Podcast Show. Hopefully, you guys are having a great day. Hopefully, your football team is not as bad as mine, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to talk about the great epic ride, the I-10 to the end. And this is the couples edition. This is the Can-Am edition. And I don't know if they got like a dynamic duo name, but I'm gonna let them tell us about it. But we got Ray and we got Linda, and we're gonna be on talking about their ride this morning. So with that being said, family, how are you this morning?
We're good.
Pretty good.
Hey man, how'd y'all like my story?
It was good.
Hey man, I'm sorry.
Had my eyebrows raised for a minute.
Hey, I'm sorry, man. Hey, bro. Hey, I'm shout out, man. The wife say, you going to need therapy after this football season is over. Hey, so family, you guys are back officially now. What, 7 days, 8 days?
12 days.
Yeah.
12 days.
12 days.
Okay, because y'all did some other things after you finished the 10, right?
Did some detours, yes, sir.
Yeah, you did some bucket list stuff. Was it bucket list stuff?
Bucket list.
Bucket list
Okay.
is fun too.
Okay. Okay. So we did the I-10 to the end. This is the Can-Am edition. And I think I told y'all, I think y'all might have been like the 6th or 7th Can-Am that we had go across. Something like that. I want to double check, but I think it's about the 6th or 7th Can-Ams that we've had go across. And I told y'all that, man, respect for those Can-Ams, man. Those Can-Am goes across country, man. They don't have no problems. You know, it is, well, we're going to get into it. We'll talk. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. But anyway, family. So how do you guys feel being back home safe and sound now off that road?
Feels great not to wake up and put that rain suit on.
Yeah.
I hear you. So for everybody out there, give us the dates from when you started your trip.
We left North Carolina on the 26th of October.
Okay.
North Carolina, rode down to Jacksonville, Florida, stayed the night there at the hotel in Jacksonville. Got up the next morning about 3 and started the journey from the I-10 to the end sign, doing the IBA 1,000 miles to San Antonio first to get that out the way.
Okay, so before we get into the ride, if you guys don't mind, we'll go ladies first. Introduce yourself to everybody and tell us a little bit about you if you don't mind.
Hello, my name is Linda Faye. Born and raised in a Nasty Natty, also known as Cincinnati. Joined the military, did 22 years in the military, Army. After joining the Army, I retired in 2007, started working the same job I did in the military for the Army as a human resource. Then I retired from that job in 2020. I got my, I rode a cruiser. I got test rode on a cruiser. So, because we came back from Korea, Ray was talking about, us getting a bike together and ride together. So we went and looked at Harleys, but they was kind of too expensive. So first I had to get my license. So I got tested on a cruiser, but I felt that the cruiser was not for me because I knew that we was going to be doing some long distance riding. So one of the squad leaders in the unit that I was in was talking about the Can-Am Spiders. So I went looking at the Spiders and said, yeah, that's probably comfortable for me to ride. And then that's what I had got. And I had got my first Spider was like in 2014. It was an STS, and I really enjoyed that. So then we had rode that long distance for a while, and then after I retired, Ray told me, hey, we need to get another one, if we're going to be doing a lot of long distance ride. And that's how I ended up with this one, but I had something before in between that one. So that's how I ended up with my this 2021 that I'm riding now. And I'm just enjoying life. We living on a fixed income because we're 2 retirees. So we just enjoying life. That's all what it's about. Making memories 1 mile at a time while we're enjoying life together.
Right on. And thank you, Linda Faye, for your service. Thank you.
Well, I'm Ray Charles, originally from Haines City, Florida. In case you're wondering, that's about 20 minutes from Disney World in Polk County. I did 26 years in the military and medically retired due to my last tour in Afghanistan, where I had a minor stroke and permanent nerve damage in my left side, and I got left foot drop. We was gonna get 2 Harleys, but because my left foot is not working and my left leg is not working real well, we decided on the Can-Ams. And our names is Ray Charles and Linda Faye, but we also go by the Wanderless Williams when she want to do her bucket list. She's my road captain.
Okay, hold on. The Wanderless Williams.
She's the road captain. I'm just a road captain. I got to get her to her destination safe and sound and back until she's on the next destination or a bucket list. So every time I take one step forward of a bucket list, she already got 2 in her head she want to cross off.
Very cool. And thank you, sir, also for your service. So both of you guys did what, 22?
26.
Okay. Don't let them fool y'all, folks. They living good. Life is good.
On a fixed income.
Hey, well deserved though. Well earned, man. Well earned. So awesome. So we're gonna call this the Veterans Edition, man. So this is a very cool thing. So okay, so now we're on 2 Can-Ams. Is this our first time going across the country from coast to coast?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So pretty excited about that. Am I correct?
Yes.
She was very.
Okay, very, very cool. So, hey, before we get started, hey, welcome everybody for coming in. Appreciate you guys coming in, spending a little time with us this morning. Memphis Tank, Riding and Wrench, C1s, DJ D Ready. We appreciate everybody for being in with us this morning. As you come in, if you could do us a kind favor and hit the like button so we can get the algorithms going and get things moving. Hey, so folks, we come up with this idea of finally now we want to go across the country as a couple. From the time that you guys registered from the ride to the time that you guys started at the start point, was there a preparation time? And if there were, how did you guys get prepped and ready to go for this kind of ride?
Well, we was originally we had got positioned. We was doing a lot of rides before, and originally we were supposed to launch in June. And my bike started having problems, but then they said it was fixed. I kept on having, like, I could ride a little bit and then the bike would kind of like stop. So the night before we were supposed to launch, I had prayed and said, hey, God, if this is not the way that it should be, give me a sign. So we got up the next day, we rode down to Jacksonville. Bike was good. We made it all the way to Jacksonville. We stopped at the Florida rest stop, got our little orange juice. And as soon as I went back out there to start up the bike wouldn't start. So I told Ray, hey, I talked to God last night and I told him, hey, if this is not supposed to happen, I'm not going. So I'm telling you, my bike was good. We rode all the way down to Florida. No issues, no problems. But as soon as I got to that Florida stop sign, we went and got some juice. I got back out because I even sent you a text and said, hey, we launching tomorrow at 4:00. Next thing you know, when I got out there, that bike wouldn't start. I told Ray, hey, we're not going. I didn't feel comfortable. I told him, I talked to God last night. And I told him, hey, if this is not for us, then give me that sign. And he gave me the sign. And I sent back your text, said, hey, we're not launching. So Ray was like, hey, if that's how you feel, we're not going to go because I want you to be comfortable. But he said, I wish that God would have told you a little early before we had gotten to Florida. I was like, hey, he gave me the sign, so we ain't going. So we went back. We went back the next day. We came back to North Carolina. I took it back up to the shop and I told him, hey, this bike is not fixed and I'm not comfortable riding to California. So after they did some more tests, it was my gas pump? Fuel pump. So they fixed it. So they replaced it. So everything was going good. We had did some test runs for the bike, long distance a little bit. And then I was going to go in September. I turned 60. I said, okay, we can do it in September. I turned 60. I had a little party before my 60th. And we're just going to get on the road. Next thing you know, we seen some hurricanes coming through Texas. I was like, nope, he give me this sign again. I ain't going to go. So I told him we're not going to even plan on going. So then we looked at our schedule again and said October was pretty good. Nothing was going on. It seemed like, hey, it looked like it was like no issues. I didn't feel no problems going on. I said, hey, we can go in October. And that's how we ended up officially leaving like that Sunday. Leaving Hope Mills I had no issues. I felt confident, and I was like, hey, we can proceed on. And we talked about it. So that's how we got to where we was getting to, where we kicked off on Sunday going down. He wasn't too happy when I told him, but I was like, hey, I got a sign, and I'm going with that sign that I got.
I think you even told me, Big Sarge, September is good, but October is better, much better because of the weather.
Yeah, it is. Actually,
great weather.
Yeah, it's the sweet spot. You know, mild days, a little cool at night, but not, you know, it's manageable. Yeah, it is. I'm put this way. You know, when people ask me that, you know, there's things that are a little bit more comfortable, but at the end of the day, none of it's easy. Mm-hmm. None of it. You still got to do that time.
Still got to saddle up.
Yeah, you still got to do that time in the saddle. So okay, so just real quick before we really get into it, is just something I thought about as Linda was telling the story. I remember me and you, Ray, talking on the phone when that happened.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I ain't gonna lie, man, I'm a hard head. I'm always trying to figure out ways to get things fixed. And I mean, you were like, nah, Sarge, it ain't gonna happen. We finna turn this puppy back around and we finna go on back to the house. The wife ain't feeling it. And he wanted none of that action. So wisely so.
No issues starting out there, son. No issues.
Yeah, no issues, my guy. So it was apparently you guys made the wise decision to turn around, to regroup, to be able to do what you needed to do the right way when it was time to do it. Is that fair?
Yes.
Hey, man, it ain't always when you want it, but it'll always be on time. So we get into this, and I'm gonna take it from this point. So it was probably you guys. Y'all didn't have to do a lot of prepping because y'all done different rides, and y'all were prepping for this ride, and you had to recock, and so basically, and you stop me if I'm wrong, Linda. So basically, you guys just put everything away, put everything on pause, waited to the new date, and then just get right back into it. Am I correct?
No, we did I think our practice run was Maryland and the North Carolina Four Corners.
Mm-hmm.
We did the North Carolina Four Corners, I think.
It was like July.
Yeah, to make sure the bike was good. So that was like 1,500 miles we did for the North Carolina. We did some sightseeing on that ride also.
Oh, okay, great. Okay. So now we're ready to go. We got it popping. And I'm going to ask also some questions with health because obviously I know is it fair? Both of us are disabled veterans. Am I correct? Both of you guys are? Okay, yes. So we disabled veterans. So there's obviously some ailments and things that us, and when I say that, I mean all three of us that we have to deal with or prepare ourselves when getting ready for a long distance motorcycle riding. So in this case, and let's start with you, Ray. How do you prepare yourself knowing that you have issues that might come up and be exacerbated from long distance riding? Is there some special type of thing you get ready for and prepare yourself with?
Physically, I started walking every morning. I got up about 5 or 6, started walking, and got off the soda. She was pushing me to drink bottles of water. So I think I was drinking 10 to 12 bottles of water to flush my body out. So once I got back and what I thought was in shape, what I know I wasn't, but the walking helped where my sleep cycle was on point where I was able to get up at 4 in the morning, still going to bed at 11 or 12. But I think the walking to condition my body, because I know I was going to be sitting for a while where you get stiff on the bike. So the leg wasn't going to sleep as much. Because I got the left nerve damage in the left leg. So basically, and left foot drop. So the conditioning was the biggest part and drinking the water.
Big for everybody out there. Drinking water is first. As you said, walking, trying to get some type of cardio going, to kind of increase blood flow in the body. I suggest you do that as well. Walking or some type of elliptical machine. I know some of us get in a weight room and do weights, some go swimming, but doing something physically active to get yourself prepared for, again, dealing with uncomfortable conditions on the bike. Is that fair, folks?
Yeah, I had to change my eating habits, snacks to fruit.
Facts.
I started eating watermelon and cucumbers and grapes. So all
nice.
Like vegetarian type thing.
Yeah, big deal. Was it anything particular that you did, Linda?
Besides exercising, I think I let my body rest. Like we had just came back from cruise in October, and I just let my body rest. I didn't. I wasn't running the streets as much as when we came back from our venture.
Shopping, running the
Yeah.
street shopping.
So I was letting my body rest.
Not in the street for shopping.
I was
Right.
I was being relaxed, and I think that was my sign that I was just letting my body rest. I was getting up later because I don't usually stay in the bed long. So people would call me like, "Damn, you still in the bed?" And I was like, "Yeah." But I think I needed that. I think I need my body to rest for this journey because I wasn't as tired as I normally would be. Because I know the first time we did the Iron Butt, and that was from Tulsa coming back here, I was wore out for a couple of days coming back. But when we did the 1,000, when we left Jacksonville to where we stopped at, I wasn't tired. I wasn't as drained as I was. So I even told him, I said, I think that rest that I got from when we came back from our cruise to the time we started, I think my body needed that. And it was like I was well rested.
Very good, very good. So we understand now we have to kind of change the eating habits just a little bit and start taking on more fruits, vegetables, water, more sleep, some light exercising if you don't exercise regularly, and then understanding as well stretching. Stretching is a big deal. Did I sum it up, folks?
Yes, sir.
Okay, awesome. So okay, now I'm a Harley Davidson motorcycle rider, so I kind of know what we go through and how we pack on our bike, but I'm not very familiar with a Can-Am. Okay, for those that don't know a Can-Am, can you guys explain how a Can-Am is set up for us?
You basically got 4 bags. You got the front trunk, some call it the frunk, FRUNK. You got that rear tour guide thing like y'all got on the back of the Harleys, and you got 2 saddlebags. My recommendation is get you a riding suit and ride that across country. Even if you get wet, you can wash it, because I talked to my eye in the sky, which is as Kodak the most hated.
Yeah, shout out to Kodak.
I still overpack. I had 1 pair of jeans on and one in the thing just in case for emergency, and about 10 shirts prepping for the weather that I thought, if you're going coast to coast, it was going to be cold. But lo and behold, we were blessed with the weather god, and I think the hottest it got is 80s degrees, and the lowest it got was like 70. So we had perfect riding weather for the 6 days all the way to California, going into Oklahoma is where I think God turned the water on us.
Yeah.
And then
Okay, so
back home.
okay, so let's do that for our folks that don't know. For our folks that have been sleeping on the rock that don't know what a Can-Am is. A Can-Am is made by who? Who makes Can-Am?
Can-Am Spider.
The BRP.
Can-Am Spider. Okay, so Can-Am Spider is a 3-wheel or front wheel based motorcycle, right?
2 in the front, 1 in the rear.
2 in the front, 1 in the back. Okay, it has a compartment up front, 2 saddlebags on the side, and a tour pack in the back.
Yes, sir.
So it's kind of equipped to be able to carry quite a bit of gear. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay.
If you military pack.
Okay, if you military pack, okay, bet.
Hold
bet.
everything
So
tight. No, just can't throw it in.
okay,
Remember how y'all pack? We say you got to pack light.
right.
I'm out. You pack light, you can freeze at night, but you don't want to overpack, and then you trying to buy stuff along the way and ain't got no place to put it.
Okay, so very cool. I'm going to address one question, and then we're going to get into what you guys packed. So for a Can-Am Spider, how big is the tank?
It says 5.5 gallons. I mean 6.5 gallons. Either 5.5 or 6 gallons. I can't remember.
What kind of gas mileage does it get?
Me, I'm a chance guy. I take the tank. My boss had told me at 120, 125, 150 miles, she's getting gas. She's not.
Okay, so if you had to, could you get 200 miles?
If I had to, doing about 80, I think we can go about 180.
About 180. Okay.
180 miles an hour.
Okay. Okay, ain't bad. That ain't bad.
So Big Sarge, you got different versions of the Can-Am. You got the RTs, which we both got, and
They're
then
heavier.
you have the F3s.
F3
The
can do
F3s
200.
can go further. They can do 200 because they're a
So-
lighter bike and they're
Oh.
more sportier. But so the two versions is we both have RTs, but then they have the F3s. The F3s can go further. They can do the 200 easily.
Okay, so the F3s are more like sport, and y'all's are like touring.
Right.
Okay. I bet you there's a big difference between the comfort on that bad boy, isn't it?
Much
Between the F3
Well,
and the...
it's how you position yourself. Because some people like the F3s and they're comfortable, but like the F3s sit in, so it's like you get in and sit in. The RTs is like you sitting on. So like when my first bike is STS, and the F3s took over from the STS, so I was comfortable with STS, and I took that to Wyoming. So it was a nice ride, but it's how that person feel comfortable on that bike. Because some people feel comfortable sitting in, which is the F3, and the RT I sit on. So I'm sitting higher, but the F3 is the person's individual how they feel. Because you can still go long distance with the F3. It's the rider's preference, really.
I would just say if you 5'8" and below, because those F3s footrests fly back and forth. So if you're a shorter person, I'm thinking the F3 would probably be better for you because you got those footrests that slide to your comfort. Me personally, I sit in my back seat. A lot of people don't believe that, but I sit in my back seat so I can stretch my legs.
Okay. Well, I definitely learned something today then. Okay. Good stuff. So for October, obviously, you've got some guardian angels out there. You got Kodak the Ground Pounder and a few other people that I'm sure that you have in your circuit that's giving you a game. So what did we pack for the trip? And when I say pack, let's keep it motorcycle specific. So if it's Air Jordans, I don't really care about that. But as far as what you need for the ride, what did you guys pack?
I wore my boots. I had a pair of boots, and I packed my sneakers for comfort in case we was sightseeing and walking around. But as far as clothing, I had one pair of pants, 5 short sleeve shirts and 5 long sleeve shirts, and 4 underwear. We had heated gear, the jacket and pants, but we did not have heated gloves and heated boots.
I packed. Well, I wore my riding pants because usually when we go a long distance ride, I'm wearing my riding pants. I don't feel like switching out with jeans and stuff like that. So I wore my riding pants. I had my cold weather pants and jacket. I had my rain jacket, my pants, and my boots. I had brought one pair of sneakers because I said if my riding boots got messed up, I could wear my sneakers off and on. And I carried more so shirts and I think one pair of jeans because usually, regardless of where we ride, if there's a washing machine there, we're going to wash clothes. So I try not to bring as much because I know that if something happens, if there's a washer, then we're going to wash clothes. And that was pretty much it that I packed, besides like our snacks and stuff like that. I try not to pack heavy because it's like if there's a washing machine or if something happens, I know we can always go like to Walmart or something like that and shop and just get what we need. So that's pretty much all I pack.
I totally agree with that. If I'll carry, of course, my riding suit, my heated gear, extra gloves, those type of things. But I try to keep the clothes as minimum as humanly possible because the majority of your trip, and that's for our folks that are out there viewing this video today, the majority of your trip is going to be riding. It's going to be riding. For those who got, month to take a month, to travel, that's cool. But for us folks that got to get where we got to get and get back to the house in a limited amount of time, think about that when you're packing. Pack for the ride. And pack for the ride. Don't worry about all the other stuff. Just like Linda said, you can go to Walmart and pick up additional things if you fall short. Is that accurate, fam?
Yes.
Okay, so again, this is Can-Am territory now. So tools, roadside emergency equipment. Do you guys carry the same thing we carry on the Harley, or do you bring additional things?
I had an air pump miniature air pump. I forgot the name. I got an air pump. Cause we got car tires on the bike. I carried a tire repair kit. I carried some antifreeze. In the old bike, we used to carry a bottle of oil. We didn't, because we know we can go 9,000 miles. I didn't carry oil, and I forgot my brake fluid, .4 for the 21s. So I had to, but that's all we had for an emergency. And then zip ties, and black electrical tape just in case something happened.
Yeah, I suggest that to all our riders. It is non-negotiable packing equipment. Electrical tape, zip ties is non-negotiable. Bring that on every trip because something will come out, a bolt will back off, something will happen, and a lot of things you'll be surprised. Especially like us military guys, we also understand all that field expedient stuff. 550 cord, zip ties, black engineering tape. It takes care of a lot of problems temporarily. So okay, okay, tire inflator. What about a jump box? For batteries. Okay, so jump box. Okay, very good. So
they never leave the bike anyway. They never leave. I got it in a black bag. They never leave the bike.
Makes sense to me. Makes definitely good sense to me. So we're ready to rock and roll. We're doing 150 miles, according to Mama, 150 miles tank to tank. We got our emergency gear. We got our snacks. And we're ready to roll. We're ready to roll. The bikes have been serviced well. The bikes are ready to go. So, okay, we get on because are we coming from North Carolina to Jacksonville?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're coming. So North Carolina is what, 400?
400 miles.
Okay, so we're coming 400 miles to Jacksonville. What do you guys suggest if I'm coming from the Carolinas or Virginia or let's say if I'm coming from 400 miles out, would you guys suggest getting to Jacksonville and keep pushing, or would you suggest stopping in Jacksonville and getting a good start the next morning?
Yeah. Ride to Jacksonville, rest up, get you a good meal, and get you a good night's sleep.
Yeah. Okay. Because, for you guys' ride, y'all didn't get out until, y'all got up about 6 in the morning, maybe?
You said got up or got down there?
No, you took off. You left Jacksonville.
We left Jacksonville at 3 in the morning. I know because remember you said, I said, we trying to get to San Antonio.
Yeah. That's because you guys had a plan. Y'all had a plan. It's okay. So for the folks that don't know San Antonio, y'all tell me, folks, I'm saying San Antonio from Jacksonville, Florida is a little over 1,000. Am I correct?
1,068, I think.
1,068. Depends on where you're in San Antonio. It could be almost close to 1,100 miles. And it is no joke. It is no joke. I assure you there. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay. And their strategy, because obviously you guys were trying to do some other challenges as well. So their strategy is they had a grown man, grown woman coming out the gate. If you ain't leaving, I'm gonna just put your own game, and I'm gonna turn it back over to my favorite couple. If you are to try to do San Antonio from Jacksonville, and you ain't willing to leave about 1:30 in the morning, stop it. You're asking for problems. It's not just because of the distance, and I'm going to turn it over to you guys, and I'm going to let y'all tell me how that first leg went, and then we'll get that answer at the end. So y'all take it from there. So we get up 3 in the morning, we get on the panhandle, and what we're doing.
It was nice going out the gate. I guess my first mistake was when I told you we were doing 1,000 miles, and I thought we had going into a 2-hour delay, a time zone. And you said, no, Ray, you only got an hour going behind time. And that's when you told me, I suggest you leave at 1 instead of 3. So we got out the gate at 3 and we got to the panhandle, which the temperature dropped. We stopped in Tallahassee and the temperature dropped significantly. Because going out the gate, it was like 75 that morning. But nice. Tallahassee, the temperature dropped.
It will. It will.
Yeah.
Was there any fog that you guys experienced?
No.
No fog.
It was crystal clear.
Okay.
like on jump night, it was crystal clear, but the temperature dropped. We was not plugged. We was plugged in, but wasn't turned on. But once we got to Tallahassee, we turned on.
Hey, you remember the movie was Minister Society when the detective was interviewing the boys? I think his name was Bill Duke, and he said, so let's go over the story again. You know you messed up, right?
Yeah.
Hey, cause I told you, Ray Charles, I told you, you messed up, right?
I said I got 2 hours to play with it. You said, Ray, you got 1 hour.
Hey, when you posted and you guys shot your glimpse and everything was good to go, I kind of rolled over and I said, it gonna work out. I said, because I understood that you guys didn't really want to leave at 1 a.m. I get it. That's a long ride. And it's very, for the folks that don't know out there, how dark is it back there on the Panhandle?
It's dark from Jacksonville to Tallahassee.
Yes.
It's dark.
Yeah.
Yes, and Bambi is out there.
Yes.
I think she counted about 5.
Right.
Yeah, Bambi's out there. Well, you did good then, because normally you're going to count about 25. And it's typically when you guys are leaving Jacksonville, going through Osceola Forest is where the deer get really bad. You remember that stretch of highway? Say the first 30 miles outside of Jacksonville?
She said that's
before Lake. You remember it?
I just know I was focused straight ahead.
Okay. Yeah, it's really, really bad out there going through that stretch. But once you get past 75, the 75-10 corridor, it starts to open up a little wider as you're getting closer to Tallahassee. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. So any issues during that stretch, say let's take it from Jacksonville to Pensacola, any issues at all?
The first issue I had, I'm quite sure some K&M can relate to this. I went to do my final check the night before, and my saddlebag wasn't closed. K&Ms have a lot of problem with this saddlebag. Once I got it closed, I locked it. Luckily, I didn't have nothing in there, and I never opened it. But from that point on, no issues. I think that was just the devil telling me, "Hey, you're gonna have a rough ride."
Oh yeah, we ain't gonna make it too easy.
I was out there for an hour.
What
were you doing? Like fighting with the saddlebag?
Yeah, we ain't gonna make it too easy, man. Yeah. But was the roads pretty clear for you guys? Obviously, as you guys told me, it was cold. So, normally that heat comes from the Gulf. So, if it wasn't warm out there, you probably wasn't gonna see any fog at all. But so was the road smooth? Was anything that riders need to worry about or be concerned with?
It was pretty nice. Like we got that morning, it was really nice weather starting off. I was really surprised because I didn't expect it to get that cold once we started in Tallahassee. But that's when it got cold. And then I had my heated jacket on already, and then that's when I turned it on. But also with the Can-Ams, based upon what you got, I got heated seats and heated grips.
Nice.
On my bike. So that helped too. But I was surprised because I didn't think that it gets cold like that. But it went from nice weather, and then when it got to Tallahassee, it got cold, and I was like, ooh. And then I say, I'm finna plug in and put the heated on. But other than that, it was a smooth ride. It wasn't a lot of traffic out there, so that made it even nice. And the weather was good till we got a little colder and had to get some heat in us.
Okay, very good, very good. Hey, shout out to the ones that just came on to join us, C1s. I appreciate you, my guy. Smooth. Breezy does it, man. Appreciate you guys. Joe, what's happening down in South Florida? And oh, by the way, shout out to K Solo from K Solo, the Rider, the podcast with Logic, man. So he's on with us today. Hey, man, somebody told me K Solo ride motorcycles. They told me to ride a little bit, man. So, shout out to him for being on with us this morning. Hey, so... Okay, so we get through the Panhandle of Florida, no issues, no problems. So now we're moving into, let's talk about, say, from Mississippi, it's just a blink of an eye. So Mississippi's about an hour going through. Any issues in Mississippi?
Got her signed picture and got out.
Yeah.
There it is. We getting it. Okay, so going through, let's take it from, say, obviously once we hit Louisiana, there's a decision we have to make. We can go around New Orleans or we go through New Orleans. Am I correct?
We did straight 10.
We stayed straight 10. All I remember
Straight
you
10.
saying,
Stay on
stay
10.
10.
Okay.
Stay 10.
Okay.
Don't look at your GPS, stay 10. And that's when I took the lead. Because at nighttime, I tell them, hey, you got the lead. But when it gets sun out and I can see, I said, then I'll take the lead. And all I remember in your head, you kept on saying, stay 10. Your GPS might tell you to turn off, but stay 10, stay 10. So I just focused
avoid the
on
traffic.
the sign and just kept on following 10 all the way through.
Okay. Okay.
So it was a pretty
Any,
good ride.
so any issues and we skipped Mobile. Any issues in Mobile and New Orleans? Any issues?
New Orleans, as you got near the airport.
Right.
As you get near the airport, that's when I think we ran into a snack for about 15, 20 miles with a slowdown.
Was it an accident or something like that?
No, it was the traffic. I think for the airport.
I don't know if they were going to the airport. Like, I think it split from 10 to something because we was going toward Baton Rouge and they was going toward the airport, whatever that split is. So once we got up there, we was clear sailing again.
Okay. Obviously, when you're just west of New Orleans, there's the bridge. I always mess up the name of that dang bridge, but it's going across Lake Pontchartrain and some of that area there. Any issues in that area on the bridge? Anything we need to know about?
No,
it was smooth sailing. It was really smooth. I was really surprised because I heard a lot of the stories about the traffic and stuff like that, but I can honestly say it was a smooth ride. I did not know it was that many bridges. Like every time I turned around, I was seeing some kind of bridges going all the way through on this ride, and I was really surprised. I did not realize it was that many bridges on 10, regardless of what state we were in. But it was like I was really happy because I was really surprised based upon the stories I was hearing with the traffic riding. But it was smooth.
Okay, very good. Hey, folks, StreamYard just told me that they're having an issue with streaming on YouTube right now. So hopefully that buffering will clear up here soon. I don't know what the heck is going on, but that's not a Sarge's problem. Something that's going on with the streaming between those two platforms. But on Facebook, I think we're pretty good. I think we're doing okay. So we're gonna continue to soldier on. So family, okay. So as we're moving along, obviously the next stop now we're gonna start pushing towards Beaumont. Any issues in Beaumont going into Houston?
No. I remember. I know you had warned me about that, but no, that was smooth sailing.
Okay, very smooth sailing. Wasn't too bad on the construction end?
No.
Not till later on, but it was past because I was tracking. I know some people use Spotter Water for the iron butt, but I'm old school. So regardless of what you tell me how to do it, I'm the paper with the pen and telling him, like, when we first start off, I need you to take a picture of your odometer. I need you to when we stop for gas,
we're doing iron butt tracking.
I need you to take a picture of that. And then I have my Ziploc bag because I remember they said, you got to make sure that stuff don't get wet. So I was tracking as we was going. I had his bag and I had my bag. And then every time we stop, I said, make sure you take a picture with your odometer and the receipt. And I put stop, whatever stop it was, I put it in a Ziploc bag, and that's how it was doing for me. So I kept on monitoring as we was going. And then, but then also I'm a state sign. I like taking pictures of state signs. Like I said, I want to have memories. I'm not just out there I just want to be riding. I want to make memories. So as we get older and we talk to the grandkids, when they see what we've been doing. So we stop at signs and we take pictures because that's our memories. And so I was tracking our miles. Now, when we got to Houston, I was kind of scared because y'all kept on saying before it was a lot of traffic, but I think when I looked at my tracker, it was like a 7-minute delay with traffic. Now, the East Coast side was longer because they was backed up, and I was saying I was glad we wasn't going back the other way because it was heavy traffic.
West to east. Is that east to west?
But it was smooth sailing, but it did get dark at night. Like it was really dark.
Real dark. And they not slowing down for you.
No.
Nope.
They in a hurry to get home, whatever it is going.
Facts. Hey, folks, I apologize for the folks that are on YouTube. I know YouTube is something's going on with YouTube, but Facebook is clear. And what I'm going to do for all our folks out there, after this show is over, I'll also have this show in the library. And what we'll do is we'll turn back around and repost this show. It won't be a live show, but we'll repost the show in YouTube so you guys will be able to see the whole entire show on the YouTube platform. So for right now, something's going on. StreamYard said, hey, man, it ain't our fault, Sarge. It's YouTube's fault. And I'm sure YouTube said it ain't their fault, but Facebook, we're rocking and rolling, no problem. So, okay, so family, God bless y'all. Y'all didn't have no issues in Houston because most of us do.
Yeah.
So y'all get on my nerves, but that good for y'all. So we push on because it's getting late at this point, right? We'd been on the road for quite a long time, right?
Yes.
Okay. So outside of Houston, did we finally go all the way into San Antonio, or did we stop just a little short?
No, we had stopped because, like I was saying, I was tracking myself with the paper. So I forgot the city we was at, and we had just stopped and got gas. And I told Ray, hey, we just need to go a little bit, like 60 miles further down, and then that'll take us over 1,000, for safety purposes.
It's like 1,030 to get that RDA.
So I remember Ray said you had called him while we was on the road and said, hey, don't go past San Antonio. But I told Ray, we don't have to go past San Antonio. We can stop. Just go 60 miles down, a little bit further, and then that'll be our past our 1,000 miles. So we went down, I think it was Lumley or something like that. That put us like at that time, and there was like a Buc-ee's there. There was a Subway. It was a Subway, 24-hour Subway.
Subway and Love together at a Buc-ee's on the left-hand side.
And that's where we decided to stop.
We bedded down there at the hotel.
Because after I did a calculation, that took me over 1,000. That took us over 1,000 miles. So I was like, hey, this is good. We'll need to go down there like 30 more miles to San Antonio. So that's where we stopped at.
Okay, very good, very good. So what is it, around 9, 10?
I think it's like 8:30 or 9 at night.
Yeah.
8:30, 9 at night.
It might have been like 10 your time.
Okay. So we go some 1,000 and what, 38 miles, you said?
I think
Yes.
it was.
Mm-hmm.
So we go 1,038 miles. So we've got a heck of a first day coming out the gate.
Right.
We're actually in the catbird seat right now. We're in the catbird seat. We're doing pretty good as far as getting across the country and doing our thing. Anything else that riders need to know about for that first 1,000 miles of the trip? Anything that we failed to talk about?
I think you don't have to go to San Antonio. You don't have to go that far. I think that's where I kind of messed up at. I was in my mindset. I was like, we have to go to San Antonio.
Focus on San Antonio, thinking we had to get. I think my thing was because I locked in the hotel into San Antonio. At least we had a destination to get to. So like when you're doing your planning, and I think every day my coach would ask me, or my Sky Kodak, what's the plan for the day, or what's the next stop? I had hotels locked in, so if something fell short, we know this is our destination. If not, I get back on the hotel app and pick another hotel. But at least I had a destination to get to. So that's why I told her, hey, San Antonio hotel is 30 miles of the road. And she said, hey, we got 1,000 miles. Just ride another 30 and we good. I'm like, okay.
Well, I want to let people know also what you guys did. That's not for the amateur guys, coming out the gate. We all have levels to this thing, You as your skill level get better, then of course you can do longer distances. So so we're talking about 1,000 miles today, like 1,000 miles of walk around the park. No, it's not. Is that fair, family? 1,000 is grown folk stuff.
You got to gas and go, and your body's going through it.
Yeah, it's grown folk stuff. So I don't want people who are watching the video to think, oh man, I got to do 1,000 miles. No, you don't. You got to do your miles.
Yes, do your.
Yeah, with Linda and Ray, obviously you guys have got riding experience, and they've rode long distances before. But for a starter, folks that's coming out the gate, you have to just understand it's your pace, what you can do to assure that you're not beating yourself to death coming out the gate. Because there's a lot of things that come into play. If you're not used to these things, there's sleep deprivation and all kind of stuff that comes up that you're going to have to deal with, as well as, eating and resting and keeping your sharpness about yourself, because if you're not sharp on the road, it doesn't matter at that point, because there's a lot of distractions. And we hadn't talked about it yet, but I'm sure they're going to have stories about trucks on that road.
Yeah.
And they don't give a dang about you. They're trying to get the freight to wherever they get it at. Is that fair?
Yes.
Yeah, they're trying to get that freight to wherever they're trying to get that freight, man. You don't matter. Get out the way, kind of like that thing. So, okay, so family, let's take it in. So we crash out, we rest up. The first day successful, no real issues. The second day, what was the second leg? And tell us about the second leg of the ride. What did we go through?
Oh, okay. So I guess the night before, 2 days ago, you had told us about the gauntlet.
The gauntlet.
So I didn't know what that was. So I turned around and said, "Hey, what's the gauntlet?" Like he was like, he didn't know either. So I was like, "Okay, I guess we're gonna find out." Because you were saying that's why you told us don't go. You said do not go past San Antonio on your first stop.
Or go through there at night.
Because at nighttime it'd be dark. And then when we got up the next morning, it was like, I'd say like 30 minutes from the San Antonio. We started riding, everything. It started sprinkling a little bit, so we put on our rain gear.
Thank God.
And then it kind of stopped while we was riding. But when we started getting past San Antonio, in between, that wind was no joke.
The beginning of the gauntlet.
It was no joke. It was no joke. I mean, I told her, I said, I felt like I was getting beat up by the wind. And I said, I seen the semis going left and right. It was no joke. Like, I ain't never felt that way. Like, I was
not driving left and right. They were swerving left and right.
I was like, Ray, do you feel that? I was like, Ray, did you feel that? I mean, it was like I was tussling with that wind.
Body was doing this.
And sometimes I felt like my helmet was finna come off. That wind was so strong. And I was like, damn, now I know what he's talking about when he said the gauntlet, because like you was gonna get shook. Like I was like, ain't no way. Like I don't see how twos was handling that, because I was like, I was on threes and I was feeling that wind. That wind was no joke. And I was like, yep. I even went live when we got done. I said, hey, you need to strap down for real, because that wind was no joke. That was some strong winds. And I was like, after all, we laughed and stuff. I said, oh, damn, now I know why he said the gauntlet, because that would take your head off with that wind being so strong. And it tells you that there's some strong winds, and they ain't lying about that.
They got a bunch of wind advisory signs.
It was strong.
Not only that,
he was laughing at me after we got done, because I was like, that wind was no joke.
Not only that, is gas stations are distant. They could be few and far between.
We're close to the gas station. We pay good mind to that.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we stop at 80 miles, 100, whatever the gas station. How we had a we got gas.
Hey, Ray ain't listened to me the whole ride. He finally listened to me on that one.
No, she said that morning, we are not going to run out of gas. I said, I got it mapped out. She said, you see a gas station, stop. We're not going to run out of gas. No, she said, the goal is not to run out of gas. I'm okay.
Facts. Yeah,
sometimes we roll 80 miles and we still have plenty of gas. Sometimes we roll.
Yeah, because Mr. Williams would try to keep on going until, and I was like, no, buddy. We going to make sure the goal was to we're supposed to get past El Paso without running out of gas. That was my goal. Because he will say, hey, let's go. Oh no, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
It's too limited out here. No, we not finna get stranded. Like, that was my goal. So I was like, nope. Because he'll push you. Be like, oh, you can go. Nah, buddy. We can't go. We need to make sure we get gas. So our exit was, I love that. I really love that.
She's burning daylight.
Because he was like, you could go. No.
Yeah. Our exit is the gas app. Am I correct?
Yes.
Does it work? Does it work?
Yes,
it does.
It works. Yes. It works big time. Super accurate too.
Yes.
If you run out of gas with iExit, I don't know. You deserve to run out of gas. You deserve to. Yes. So obviously from using iExit and getting some scoop on that area we affectionately call is the Gauntlet, and that's west of San Antonio, pretty much all the way to El Paso. Mm-hmm. I want to say that's somewhat 500 miles. Is that about 500 miles?
Other than the second day we did 700. So I'm going to have 2 more days and days.
So that second day, you guys went from just west of Houston all the way to. Did you get all the way to
New Mexico.
El Paso?
We went
Or
past
Los,
that. We
you
went
went
to
to Los Cruces?
Las Cruces, New Mexico.
Okay, so you guys had a ride that second day. You had a really good ride that second day. So, and to be honest, is it fair to say that's probably the hardest part about the ride?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it's exactly.
The gauntlet is the hardest.
It is the hardest. It is the
Mentally and physically.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know about the rest of them, Big Star. I know me.
yeah.
When I got back, I said, "Hey, ain't nothing out there but you, the highway, and God." And I did a
Well,
lot of.
I think it's the most. It's not technically difficult. It's the most stressful, and it's the part of the ride. If anything goes wrong, it's going to be multiplied because you're just out in the rural area, you're in the desert, you're in the wind, and there's a lot of creepy crawlies running around. It's a lot of things going on out there, a lot of things that could get you messed up out there, So
And to drop some people some knowledge. At some point, there was no mile markers out there. You had to know how far you came. There's no like mile marker 1, next mile marker 2. There was none out there.
wow.
And there was no gas sign saying gas stop here. We just knew on the exit he gave us. I'm like, okay, we got to go 30 miles. We should be at exit 212 or 250.
Yeah. Well, hey, we make it to Los Cruces. New Mexico is another state. Ain't nothing down south. Ain't much. It's just a couple little towns, Lordsburg, Los Cruces, and a bunch of pig farms. That's about fair. I summed it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that by this day we're tired. Am I right? We wore out. We done fought the wind, dealt with disrespectful trucks and everything else. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. So the third day. This is the third day. So what did we do? What time did we get up in the morning, and what did we see on the third leg of the trip?
Third day, we got up early. We got up at, I think, 4 in the morning, and I think we went to West Phoenix, but my eye in the sky dropped me a nugget, so we went to go see the French mural. So we got a little fun on the way, and then we know the hotel was off of 10, so that's when he told me that was a good choice of picking a hotel outside of Phoenix. It was past Phoenix. I guess he called it West Phoenix. So it was off of I-10, able to jump back on, and then going on to California.
So y'all ended up getting to. Did y'all go all the way to Santa Monica Pier, or did you guys stop?
We
short
stopped.
of LA. Y'all
No.
stopped short.
Third stop, we went from
We stayed
New
in West.
Mexico.
We stayed in
went to
West Phoenix.
Right.
West Phoenix. That's right.
Holiday Inn off the highway.
But we
That's
did
right.
like some soft. We stopped off and did some pictures.
There was some stuff alongside I-10. And some.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
We went to some pepper place, some
largest
mural.
pepper. I think K Solo posted that, I believe.
Yeah. I remember you guys did it. So y'all spent the night and y'all got up early the next morning, or did y'all spend 2 nights?
No, one night.
We just
Okay, you got up. Okay. So when you take us through Cali. What should we experience when we hit the Cali state line?
Before you get to the Cali state line, my eye in the sky dropped me a nugget and said, hey, before you go into California, unless you want to pay the $5 in gas, there was a love on exit 17. He said, stop there and get gas, and that'll take you way past whatever, Coachella, whatever it's called.
Coachella.
So we stopped at the love of exit 17. Going into California, there was a border patrol. There was border patrol in Texas and border patrol in California. I guess as a U.S. citizen, we drove on. So we got the state sign there. Then we pushed on to the pier. I think we stopped before we got to the pier. I can't name the city, but I know we caught traffic in. It begins with an O. I can't think of the city. It begins with an O before you get to LA. Ontario. I think it's Ontario.
Ontario.
We had a slowdown there, but once we was expecting traffic going into the pier, but it was smooth sailing there. And in her head, once again, you said, hey, stay on 10, my eye in the sky said, "Hey, take this 1A," and you said no 710. So we went past it. We went past the pier, had to circle back, and I saw the sign say "End of the highway" or "End of the freeway," whatever it said. And then we saw some lady traffic cop, and she said, "You got to make a U-turn, go back." And that's when we saw the thing where I think whatever you're trying to explain to Linda, there's a road or sign where you got to U-turn or bend whatever. But we went. But I told her, I said, "Hey, my thing is saying we are past the pier. We need to go back." And then we saw the lady traffic cop, and I think we had went 2 miles past the pier. Then we circled back after we saw the thing you were talking about. I guess I wasn't paying attention the first time. I was just looking for 10.
Ray, you were trying to go to Malibu. Well, you were trying to go to Malibu, right?
Yeah, something like
Hey.
that.
See, because you got her head, Victor. Don't get off a 10.
Yeah, I
And
did.
my GPS said 1A.
See, he was telling me to do something
Yeah.
else, and
1A.
I was like, no, that's why I called
You
you.
should be
when
told
we
her,
Yeah,
was
you
around.
don't get off 10. You don't
And
get
then
off
we
10.
went- But see, I seen the thing says pier, but I wasn't like really focusing. So then I
Yeah.
kept straight, and I was like, yeah, I think I went too far. So we pulled over and talked to this the police officer. She said, all you gotta do is go up, make this right, and then you'll see it. So we got back on
Right.
track, and luckily we just came up the side, and then we
The
went.
pier was right there.
Right.
And you can see the water on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see the water and the Ferris wheel, but you couldn't see.
Well, if you can see the water on the right, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
If you see the water on the left, that ain't good. You're going to Malibu, man.
Yeah.
Once we went 2 miles up, I know we had to beat feet back. I say, get
Hey,
up.
congratulations, Ray, man. Out of the 10 things I told you, I think you listened to 1 out of 10. You did your thing. Hey, but in your defense, man, it does catch people up in there. Once you come off the end of the highway sound, it's not as convenient as you think. Santa Monica is really compact, and a lot of things are going on, and it's busy, and you can go past it.
Yeah.
You can go past it. I tell everybody, you gotta
the
be.
freeway. I'm thinking I'm going to see something saying get off.
No. It ain't gonna tell you nothing until you're there. And then the intersection, once you go up and end up having to come back down, that intersection, if you're not looking to your right, you'll blow through that intersection where the pier is at right there. Am I correct?
We creeped up to it the second time.
Wow. Well, we
slow-
don't have any. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
We slow rolled the second time.
Well, we don't have any stories about splitting lanes because Can-Ams ain't splitting no lanes in California. That ain't finna happen.
There was a few two-wheelers splitting lanes zooming past.
Oh, facts.
I don't think
Yeah.
I'd do that if I had two wheels. I mean, when they was riding through, I
Yeah.
said, you get one pissed off driver to open the
Yeah.
door and swerve over.
Yeah,
They
you have
was
to do it, man.
about
Yeah,
seven
it gets
split lanes.
it gets ugly, man. You have to get after it. Long story short, man, I end up, one of my trips going across the country, I ended up getting stuck in the rush hour traffic because the way things were timed, I got to LA doing rush hour, and that was 100 miles of brutal beatdown. And I was splitting lanes left and right, man. It was a beatdown. It was tougher doing those 100 miles than it was doing 7. Just because of traffic and stuff that was going on. So hey, man, so we at Santa Monica Pier, and you guys, matter of fact, I kept looking at your post and stuff, kept looking at Facebook, kept looking at your glimpse, and I'm like, they are having the easiest ride,
Yeah.
dang near, that I've seen all year.
We was blessed.
Did it-
We was blessed.
Man, and I'm gonna just say this, man, your ride sometimes is easy because you're prepared and you knew what you were doing. Is that fair?
Yes.
I'm gonna give you credit for that. You can't have the ride that y'all have and not prepare yourself properly to do what you were supposed to be doing when you were supposed to be doing it. So let's do this real quick. Let's do this because we made it. Let's go. Where we at? Congregation, let's give it up for them. Hey, man, so they were 284 and 285. Am I correct, family?
Yes.
284 and 285. So this last segment, let's do this. Let's discuss the good, the bad, the ugly. And I'm going to let you guys both do this individually. Things that you want us to be, to leave us with from this ride, from IT into the end. Who wants to go first?
Right.
The good, I would say we was blessed with good weather, and I knew I had some bucket list items I had to check off for her. So that's why I kept telling her, hey, we got 7 days to do this ride. We can do the first 2 days, the hard day, 1,000 miles, 700 miles. So we have 2 hard days and 2 easy days if we wanted to sightsee some stuff. The bad thing was, well, first of all, I start off telling her, hey, every morning, I'm quite sure everybody does it. Every morning we're gonna pray, and every morning before we get on this bike, you're gonna give me a kiss. So my mind is focused. In case I drop the ball, we're gonna pray
Facts.
before we ride and start this ride off with a kiss.
Right on.
So I know I got a lot of kisses out there. So I'm smiling from ear to ear. So I can't drop the ball.
Right. A lot of responsibilities.
Yeah. The bad thing, like I said, it took us 3 times. So sometime the third time is better around. Because I told her, I think on that second time when we didn't go lunch, I told her it's just not our time. It's not our time. I mean, they were saying you could have went and switched bikes. I said, nah, I don't want to get out there. She tell me if we ride 1,000 miles to Texas, let's turn around, we turn around. I don't want to be on the highway mad at each other. I said, just not our time. And then the third time, I think she was ready. She was ready. I was ready. And that's when I told her we were going to push it back to next year. I said, no, this is the time. My gut feeling telling me this is the time. I said, I can talk to Big Star. September, it got good weather, but October's better. This is the time. We check the weather every day. That's when she said about the hurricane and rain. I said, hey, this is the time. We might get wet going from Florida to Alabama, but we can deal with that. This is our time. But luckily, the weather god was good to us. The bad thing, I wish we would have did it earlier. But the ugly thing is, once we crossed into Oklahoma, I think it was El Reno, Oklahoma. We got on 40 and the sky fell out. It rained from Oklahoma to South Carolina. I don't know. That's why I told her I'm glad it happened on the back end and not the front end. I mean, it rained. Even with the rain suit, I know your guys gave that class about the rain suit and the heated gear. It rained. It didn't even matter if we had a rain suit on. We was wet.
Yeah.
Inside the helmet to my boots.
Yeah.
It rained. And then I think my check engine light came on. They said I had moisture in my brake line. And the fastest we can go was 58 miles an hour coming back. But it rained. But one thing in planning, I tell people, I know the Harley guys got that. Y'all got people all over the world. I reached out to Army friend, family friend, and I told her we are good to go from Florida to Texas for as family, friends, kin. Once we get on the other side of Texas, I don't know nobody until we get to California. So I reached out, hey man, I'm coming your way, be on standby. They was on standby from Jacksonville. We had a cousin to Texas. We had 2 people there, but good to reach out to old Army, military people, whatever. But have a plan, and go over your plan. I think even somebody said, hey, check your equipment, and recheck your equipment. Don't just think, because like you said, you take that rain suit off and it's been folded up for 2 months. You think it's going to work. It's been a dry rider, but check, as we said in the airborne world, check, and recheck. But have a plan, go over your plan and discuss your plans with your rider. My nugget in the sky gave me the best advice that he ever gave me when we started riding. He said, Ray, when you're out there, don't take a lot of people with you. You know how you ride, you know how your wife ride. If you try and bring a whole lot of people and that one person get discouraged, that one bad vibe will bring the whole tribe down. So that's when I told her, hey, we're not inviting nobody. It's going to be me and you and me. Nobody else come, because I think some people wanted to come with us, and I said, hey, we'll go test the water for you, and then you can see if you want to do it. But I said, like you said earlier, just because somebody did it, you can't jump out there thinking, hey, if they did it, I can do it. It ain't easy. We laughed a lot, but it ain't easy. And that rain, whew. But that check engine light came on, and we had just crossed into Oklahoma, and we was out in the middle of nowhere. And I was able to ride the bike, so I reached out to several of my guys. Shout out to Lauderdale down in Fort Lauderdale. He said, hey, it's a minor thing. You can ride the bike, but you can only go 58 miles an hour. And just imagine you doing 58 miles an hour and it's pouring down raining. And every time a truck ride by, they water hitting you and the rain hitting you. At some point, I couldn't even see the road. So I told her, hey, let's just get to a gas station. We reached out to family and friends, and they was in Mississippi, but we was in Oklahoma. And the guy said, I'll come get you. I said, man, I don't need you to ride 400 miles. Let me get as close as you as I can. We finally crossed into Arkansas. It started thundering, lightning, and raining. And my road captain said, hey, pull over. We pulled over. I tried to wait it out. And I think it was like 2:30 in the afternoon. It stopped lightning. We was 100 miles from Little Rock, Arkansas. Luckily, I pulled next to a hotel. She said, hey, let's check in. I'm like, it's 2:30. We got plenty of daylight. Let's check in. We checked into the hotel. The next day we got up. We rode past Little Rock, Arkansas. The guy brought his trailer, picked us up on 40, took us into Mississippi. We went to the dealership. First they said they can help us. Then he said he couldn't help us. So I think we got up the next morning. Long as the moisture was dry, the bike was good. We got back on the road. As soon as we got into Alabama, the light came back on. We're doing 58 miles an hour. I called my guy up in Atlanta. I said, hey, if you could just get me through across Atlanta. So he got me. I think he picked us up 15 miles from the state line of Alabama and Georgia, pulled us across Georgia to South Carolina to not Columbus. What's the name of the city?
It was like Augusta.
Augusta. And then lo and behold, he had a flat tire on his trailer. So I had to go buy a tire. And that's when he was like, man, you should have did. I know, man, you got to get home to your family. We're going home. And then we had to ride another. I think Kodak called me and said, hey, there's a hotel. I said, Kodak, it's pouring down raining. The closest hotel was Columbia, South Carolina. He said, you're going to gut up to 60 miles. We're going to gut up these 60 miles in the rain. Bedded down in Columbia, South Carolina. Went to the dealership there. They had the part, but I guess they acted like they were so busy they couldn't put it on. And by the grace of God, the light went off. And we was able to beat feet home from Columbia to North Carolina with no issues. Took the bike to the dealership. They were saying there was no issue, but by the grace of God, we made it home safe.
Wow, man.
But for me, it was not just a social experience. It was a marriage retreat.
Hello. Love it.
Because when she gave me that look, and I knew I got to do what she says.
Yeah.
But I told her, we got this, but if you are uncomfortable, we're going to go with your way. Because I said, hey, I'm a type of guy that I take chances. Right. That's what I told her, my motto to her. I'm glad it was me and you, not you and me. She said, what do you mean by that? I'm glad it happened to my bike and not her bike.
Yeah.
Because I know if it had happened to her bike, she would have told me, get a U-Haul.
Yeah. Y'all wouldn't be playing no game. And I probably wouldn't much blame her. I wouldn't much blame her. Wow. So Linda, you got any last words for us?
Yeah, it was honestly, it was a good trip. Because I had been following y'all, because honestly, I did not know what I-10 was. Like I have goals and that I want, like, let's go here, go there. But my goal was just go to California. I told Ray, I just want to go to California. He always does the mapping out. I just tell him, hey, where I want to go. So when I told him I want to go to California, he was like, hey, let's do I-10. I was like, what the hell is I-10? So then he started showing me all this I-10, and I started looking on the Facebook pages and started looking and watching other riders and, writing down stuff that they were saying on things to do.
Keep in mind, Big Star, we're not ground pounders. We are adventurers. If she tells me she want to go somewhere and see something, I got to figure out how to get there. That's why I told Kodak, I'm not a ground pounder, but eventually I will get there. So I'm an adventurer. That's when he said,
it don't matter, man. Y'all motorcycle riders who love to ride y'all motorcycles and see things.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing.
So after I started watching y'all videos, and I was like, okay, yeah, we could do it, So, we went through the planning phases and then the mishaps, and then we got on the road. But honestly, I was really surprised at the excellent weather, because I was hearing the horror stories of the traffic and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, we're going to have some bad. But it was smooth. But God treated us good going. But he made up that Mother Nature made up coming back, because we came back.
Tax coming back.
Yeah, Los Angeles, that traffic was no joke, because I was like, these people should be at work. Like, why they not at work? So we got to California and
4 days to get there.
Yeah, I was like,
8 days to get back.
I was like, we're gonna be doing good. But we got to, I think we went to this stop, standing on the corner, something like that. We was taking pictures, and then this lady said, hey, they're supposed to get snow and no, where was snow? It was they're supposed to get snow in Flagstaff, Arizona. I was like, well, that's good because we headed on to Gallup.
Kodak told me to go past that anyway. He told me day one, go to Gallup and not Flagstaff.
So we went to Gallup. We had no issues. So then I looked at the news for the next day, that Sunday, Gallup's supposed to get snow. I was like, oh, that's good.
Yeah, I was going to tell you, because Gallup gets pretty dang cold now.
They was throwing the mountain.
Really cold.
I took a picture of the mountain with snow.
I said, we're supposed to go. We're supposed to leave the next day, Saturday, but I said it's supposed to get snow on Sunday. So I said, that's even better. So then I looked at the weather. We're supposed to push it on to Amarillo, Texas, but they had a bad forecast of rain. So we stopped in Santa Rosa.
Outside of Albuquerque.
And we spent the night there and got up the next day. And then that's when the weather started being bad. Like I was seeing the bad thunderstorms, the tornadoes. And I was like, I'm glad I ain't in the West Coast.
18-wheelers on fire.
Because it was so bad. Like I seen like 8 semi trucks had ran off the road. Like, and it wasn't just on one side, it was on both sides. Like I was praying like, hey, you know, for the 18-wheelers, because I didn't know what was going on. We had to pull over sometimes because there was a tornado watch. The lady I think was getting gas, and that's some lady said, hey, you know, hunker down because right now there's a tornado watch and they already locked the schools down. Now, granted, they had a tornado went through Oklahoma City the day before that displaced some families, and they had another tornado watch that was coming through. So I was like, oh, I'm glad I'm not on the West Coast. And then we was going out further and that rain and that thunder. And then that's when he was like, hey, you know, we good. I was like, nah, they had a flood watch. I said, no, we finna get a hotel, buddy. Like, you know, we done had this tornado. We done had this lightning thunderstorm. And now I got a thing that came on, flood watch. I said, no, we finna go get a hotel. He was like, no. I said, oh, no. We finna get a hotel. So it was like, we was treated good the first 4 days. And then Mother Nature made up for the last, because it was taking us forever to get back home. But, you know, I really appreciate everybody that was, you know, keeping their prayers up for us. We was getting phone calls and people was checking on us. But it was good. Like, it was actually good. I enjoy riding with my husband. I know sometimes he get attitude and I get a too. But, you know,
that's why we kissed before the ride.
But we know we got to get out there and do it. You know, it's the thing of getting there, making memories. And we laugh, you know, at our adventures where we go and get back home safe because we got family. You know, it's just making memories. Like, no matter how long it takes to do it, just do it. Get out there, enjoy, get out there and see different things because it was beautiful. I seen some nice rock formations out there. I seen some sites that I have never seen before, even thought about seeing. So I really enjoyed myself. It was a social experience. It was our time together to laugh,
marriage retreat,
joke. You know, you will get some twos because you know you're not always gonna stay on scene. So you might get to, you know, some people might get attitudes. I know I get some attitudes now and then, and he gets some attitudes now and then. But you know, you just
stay focused.
Make up and you know keep on going.
Hey, let me do this real quick. Hey, family, I got to give y'all a Dom DeMarco, man. From this whole podcast, the thing that you guys said that excited me the most is that how you guys were able to function with one another. Well, you know, when Ray said, hey, every day I had to get up and kiss my wife because I knew what that meant. When Ray just said, this ain't just a social experiment, this is a marriage experiment.
You are tested.
You tested, man, and I love it because when we started all this, we never thought it would be a marriage tester, but it has tested marriages and relationships, and it gives you an exercise on how to work together, how to humble yourself, how to listen to your partner to be able to do what you guys have to do as a team. And I think it's a microcosm life of a married couple anyway. What do you guys think about that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you, folks. I know y'all got a life. I know y'all got things to do, and I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. But thank you. 284 Ray Williams, 285 Linda Williams.
Yeah!
Those are y'all numbers. Those are y'all numbers, and they're gonna be y'all numbers forever and ever. Amen. You guys, thank you for caring enough to share your ride. I-10 to the end, coast to coast, a social experiment. You didn't have to do it, but we appreciate you doing it. And hopefully you guys' ride and you guys' story will inspire others to take up this social experiment, the each one teach one, so we all can be better motorcycle riders in the end. With that being said, any last words before we let y'all go, family?
And we had a blast. We had a great time. Thank you for the experience. And thank you for my boss, for my road captain, for believing in me. One more kiss, big son.
Right on, right on. Hey, we'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Safe travels. We'll see you in Florida tomorrow. Y'all take care. Much love. Appreciate you. Bye-bye. Hey, again, welcome, and thank you to Ray, 284, and Linda, 285, man. Finished the I-10 to the end, the social experiment, the each one teach one ride successfully. So we'll see them tomorrow in Jacksonville because, oh, by the way, now they've finished that ride together, man, they're going on vacation. So we'll see them guys soon. Hey, for everybody else, I know today YouTube was acting kind of funny. Something was going on between the StreamYard and the YouTube. Don't know what it was, but I did get an indication from StreamYard that YouTube was having an issue. And they had an issue with streaming. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this show from the YouTube, the current show, and then I'm going to reload the show back into YouTube here shortly, so you guys will be able to get the whole entire show. Sorry about that. There was nothing that we could do about that. That was a streaming situation that was going on. But we will get the show in its entirety posted back on the YouTube here shortly for you guys to be able to enjoy. Again, man, if you haven't done it already, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, Sarge Life in Motorcycling, and also follow the group page, Iron Elite, Home of the Motorcycle Elite, or Home of the Ground Pounders Reunion. With that being said, man, we'll see you guys the next time. And in the meantime, in between time, let's keep it motorcycling. You dig?